I'll have to be honest with you. First thing I'm going to mention right up front is it's free. I like this service when it's free because, you know, you can tie up a lot of money in different services, and from experience I found out that sometimes you can pay a lot of money and you may not be getting that much out of it.
Good afternoon, welcome to GrainTV. It's December 9th, 2013. I'm Logan Burgess. To my right here is Brock Shimbano to help break down a relatively positive Monday for the grain market. Jumping into the quotes here, we see March corn up 3 3/4. January beans up 18 1/4, showing a lot of strength there today. Chicago wheat, a very quiet trade, down just half a penny. Tomorrow we do have a big USDA report. If you want live quotes on your mobile phone for tomorrow's report, visit us over at grainhedge.com, take a no obligation demo and get things started there. Brock, we did have a good export sale to the Chinese this morning, 230,000 metric tons. That certainly seemed to start the buying interest in soybeans. We saw kind of follow through after those export inspections report.
You know, we did have that good sale to China this morning that did get the buying interest into the market, but I think what really helped us keep at relatively high levels, especially in that soybean market, was the export inspections. We saw a strong report for all three commodities, wheat, corn, and soybeans, all beating expectations. If we look at the numbers here, wheat came in at about 19 million bushels, corn came in at 40 million bushels, and soybeans at 60 million bushels. So very strong showing across the board. But let's keep in mind what we have tomorrow. We have the USDA WASDE reports, and let's see how we stack up compared to what the USDA is currently projecting on export inspections. You take a look here, corn, we're still running well ahead of pace to meet those current USDA projections. You can see over the last 8 or 9 weeks or so, we have beat the seasonal pace, the green line, to meet those current USDA projections. And for the year, we're running about 12 million bushels ahead of pace. You know, similar story in soybeans. You know, over the last 8 weeks or so, we have been quite a bit ahead of the seasonal pace to meet the current USDA projections. On the year, we're running 156 million bushels ahead of exports leaving the country to meet that USDA projection. So I'm looking for, you know, tomorrow, thinking about tomorrow's report, and on the demand side, I'm looking for some revisions out of the export sales market, really to take some away from some of those ending stocks that are expected.
Yeah, you know, we've been off to a great start here in terms of export sales for corn and soybeans, and as you said, Brock, traders and us here at GrainHedge are expecting that to carry over into the U.S. ending stock number in tomorrow's report. Take a look here at this table detailing November reported figures for U.S. ending stocks of corn, soybeans, and wheat. And the far right column here is what the trade on average is expecting out of tomorrow's report. As you can see here, corn ending stocks expected to be lowered by 13 million bushels. Not a huge change there when you take a look at a 1.8, 1.9 billion carryout. So a relatively quiet report expected tomorrow for corn. Soybeans, though, a very different story. Take a look here, 5.2% stock-to-use ratio reported in the November WASDE report, and now analysts are looking for that to even tighten in tomorrow's report. On average, looking for ending stocks to be lowered by 16 million bushels down to 153 million bushels. We've certainly seen positive action in the soybean market over the last couple weeks. That certainly, I think, reflected some of the sentiment that we were going to see lower ending stocks. But if we see a 153 number tomorrow, I would anticipate that to support soybean futures here moving forward. If we take a look at wheat, a relatively quiet report expected there as well. Ending stocks on average are expected coming out at 547 million bushels. So kind of a similar situation there to corn in my opinion. Not a lot of changes expected out of wheat. Soybeans, I think a lot of spotlight is on that bean market tomorrow, and we're going to be getting some important numbers out of South America as well.
You know, I think that soybean number is really going to be the one to watch. You know, it is only about a 17 million bushel reduction from what we saw in November, but 17 million bushels on 170 million bushels, that's about a 10% reduction. That's pretty significant if you take it in those terms. Like you said, Logan, we are expecting some South American production figures as well. If we take a look at the world ending stocks, we'll see where those show up. You know, it's a little bit different than what we're expecting here domestically. On the world ending stocks figures, we're looking for corn to move just a little bit lower, soybeans to move about 1 million metric tons higher, and wheat to move about 1 million metric tons, 1.5 million metric tons higher as well. So slightly larger numbers for soybeans and wheat. Corn a little bit negative. We'll have to see how this counteracts what we see here domestically for ending stocks.
Yeah, you know, recently here in the last couple of days, we've looked at some South American production estimates, and traders are on average looking for a larger corn and soybean crop out of Brazil. But counteracting that a little bit is going to be a smaller projected crop out of Argentina, or at least that's what the expectations are. You know, as you said, those production figures are going to carry here into world ending stocks, and we'll have to see how it all shakes out. The report is going to be coming out tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. Central Time. And as I said, if you want to get live quotes for that report on your mobile phone or on your iPad or Android mobile device, visit us over at grainhedge.com, and you can take a no-obligation demo there just by filling out the fields on the left side where it says Try It Now. That kind of wraps up our show, though, here for a Monday on GrainTV. Thanks a lot for joining us. We'll see you here tomorrow to break down the December WAS report.